Have you heard of the nth room scandal in Korea, South Korea? Well, I'm gonna bring it up not to give you facts over facts, history and stuff like that, but to give you my opinion on it as a sex coach. Hi, this is Liana, holistic intimacy coach. Welcome back to my channel. Here, I help you get your orgasmic intimacy. So on August 28th, hell broke loose with the new nth room chats on Telegram in South Korea. This is a follow-up from the scandal between 2018, or the rooms that were going on Telegram between 2018 to 2020. They were closed and some people were arrested. Now those rooms were opened once more, and there are several 100,000 people, so almost 200,000 people in those chat rooms. What is distributed there? Pornography, deepfake videos of people. In the past there was videos of young girls and children, from what I heard, not just teens but also children, doing themselves various acts because they were blackmailed to do so. Then there are nowadays deep fakes of celebrities, but also of people whose photos are taken from Instagram and using the AI technology to produce a deep fake in just a minute or so. Then there's materials of boys and young men doing various sexual acts to their mothers, sisters, friends while they're asleep, probably also drugged, so they are unaware of that, and they are distributed in those rooms. This is pretty much a proof of sexual shadow that is probably generated by a combination of factors. I want to talk about those potential or possible factors according to my understanding. And then also, according to my understanding, what's the solution here? So first of all, the factors. One, a penchant, a predisposition for pornography. And that's because a lot of young men are overwhelmed or overwhelmingly controlled by their hormones. And if they're not getting stuff, which happens a lot, probably not just in South Korea, this can happen anywhere on the planet, basically, then yeah, they're gonna fall prey to what? Pornography, adult entertainment, because their hormones still, they need to be put to work in some way. And sadly, with no education, no proper guidance, and a lot of entertainment, especially adult entertainment, things can go berserk pretty fast. Another factor here is online accessibility of everything. Telegram, that, the founder, Pavel Durov, he was also arrested in France. Like, this scandal is coming out coincidentally now, several days later after Pavel Durov's arrest in France. For what? Because he refused to corroborate or collaborate with authorities when he was asked to give information about potential crimes being done through Telegram. He refused to do so, therefore they arrested him. And now here comes a second scandal from South Korea, still from Telegram, with what? With pornography and sexual abuse and virtual sexual assault done on women. You have their images taken and turned into pornography. They don't do that, but their images are used in that sense. That is virtual sexual assault, or just sexual assault purely by the men who do what? Do various kinds of shitty stuff to their friends, sisters, mothers, while they're asleep and drugged, in order to put material in those rooms and also have access to those rooms. Like, this is, the combination here is pretty lethal. And that's in part due also to Telegram. And yeah, lastly, technology. The fact that you can take somebody's photo and create a deep fake porn video with them, and you don't need much. Like, imagine my video right now with my face and my voice could be taken with that app and made God knows into what, and I would have no clue about it. That would also be, and this was one of the things that was said in the scandal, a lot of girls and women are not even aware that this stuff is done to them because they don't have access to those chat rooms, obviously. So there's a combination of factors here, and this combination of factors is leading to the proliferation of the sexual shadow. Okay, sexual ignorance, sexual shadow, dark night of those people's souls for sure. Because there's not enough light. There's not proper education done. And I mean proper education, not education for abstinence. You cannot talk about abstinence now with all the crap that is online. Nobody believes you. Okay? This stuff has gone way out of control. I mean proper education where people are taught about boundaries, about what it's like to engage sexually in a healthy way, and about why it's important that actually the other person, especially as men, that they wrap their brain around this concept that the other person is also heard, listened, respected, is enjoying it. Like, what pride do you get out of abusing somebody as a man? If you're unevolved altogether, and if there's like no light in your soul, probably you, according to those low values, you get a lot of pride. But if you're somewhat awakened, somewhat aware, there's no pride in that. Dude, it's embarrassing. It is beneath you. It is just dragging you down. And sadly, because that's the sad part, in Korea, South Korea, because I can't speak of North Korea, reputation, respectability, reverence is your highest asset. And what do those young men, teens, and early 20s do? Messing up exactly that one. There's nothing respectable about doing that. And sooner or later, everybody's going to pay the bill. However, because I was listening to a lot of materials, especially from TikTok, like this is how I found out about the nth room scandal, the new nth room scandal. There's not much material, like really brief, and there's mostly just with some of the evidence, but not, discussion around it. And I haven't seen any sex coaches, intimacy coaches taking a stance on this. So from what I've seen online, South Korean influencers are actually saying this is not just a problem of Korea, because deepfake can happen anywhere on the planet. The technology is available to anybody on the planet. Telegram is available to anybody on the planet. The founder and the people hired do not wish to collaborate or help authorities in these cases. So the grounds for this stuff going on anywhere on the planet is there, essentially. So the solution here, well, first of all, older men, I'm talking men in their 30s, 40s, 50s, who are married, who have respectable lives, who know about reputation, who understand that the way forward is not through abuse at a collective level. I think these people, first and foremost, need to speak the heavens up. If it were up to me, if I was a Korean, South Korean woman in that country, I would make a video saying, hey, Korean men in your 30s, 40s, 50s, idols, movie stars, K-pop stars, politicians, businessmen, anybody that is athletes. I don't know what else they have in the country because I've never set foot in South Korea. But I would call all of those men and say, please come up front on television, on radio stations, on videos, on your social channels, and speak up and speak to younger men and get them to get their brains in the right place, because they're going to ruin their lives, ruin their families' lives. Because, when somebody in your family is disgraced, basically your entire family is disgraced. That happens in anybody by alliance. So, that's what I would do first and foremost. Then older women, I would speak as an older woman. I'm in my 40s, but I'm a Romanian woman. I'm not a South Korean woman. But I would start going, calling up TV stations, radio stations, anybody that is an influencer in South Korea, And I would go and speak up as a woman to other women that are mothers, soon to be mothers, that are sisters, okay? Talk some sense into your brothers, sons, maybe husbands sometimes. Talk some sense into your young men. What is going on? This is not okay. Reputation, respectability is important in Korea. So that's what I would do, basically. And only then, on third level, would I approach, at an administrative level, which is going on anyway. Sex crime is rampant in Korea. They are taking measures. Yes, they are trying to track down every person in that chat room to get them to face legal charges, as they should for that. I would also ban Telegram in the freaking country. I mean, if the scandal and the mess is that big, yeah, I would ban Telegram in that country. I would ban any freaking app that doesn't align with legal provisions in my country, period. Like, no discussion. And then, yeah, I'd take it up with the entire educational system. We got a problem in this country, and we need to educate people, not on abstinence. Clearly, like people that do that, and there's an entire widespread culture globally. Like I said, abstinence is no longer the solution here at a global level. Everybody's gone crazy with sexuality. We need to bring healthy education around sexual expression. Like, that's the way forward. And probably, at least in South Korea, but, I also am doing this, but I'm just one individual, and I'm going up to TV stations in my country, radio stations, podcasters, and telling them, hey, here, I'm a sex coach. I want to bring this topic up for our country. I'm very rarely getting positive responses. Like, this is one of the frustrations that I have. My voice is not that strong, okay, in my own country. Yeah, we don't have the level of abuse in our country that we see in Korea. Like, that shit is not going on in our country. Could it go on? Probably. Could it go on in other countries? Probably. It probably could. Like, the fertile soil for this is there. That's why I'm saying that if I were in a place where the problem was this big, I would go to authorities also. And I would tell them, hey, I want to speak up for this topic, sexual education. I want to talk some sense into young men. I want to talk some encouragement into women to really shake their sons and brothers and husbands. I know it's a Confucianist country, so the Confucianist philosophy is very strong there, and women do not have the power to speak up. But at a certain point, when abuse is going on at a mass level, yeah, Confucian values didn't place patriarchy and men at the top of the chain in order to abuse others. Because respectability is the biggest asset still in a Confucian society. If it were up to me, I would really make a lot of noise in that country as a woman. If I were a native in that country, I would make a lot of noise and say, this is not okay. This can't go on. We can't raise sons and daughters in this environment. Honestly. But anyway, I was not raised in a Confucianist country. I have more guts to speak up about this in public. I'm sure that a lot of people do not wish to speak up because they're afraid of the consequences. That also happens in other countries on the planet. Probably it happens a lot in South Korea also. Men, older men, 1, 2, women, talking to, addressing other women, encouraging them, supporting them, and then authorities with the stuff that they're already doing, like making arrests, banning Telegram from their freaking country if this is how it's used. What are we talking about? And then making sure that also they get proper sexual education. So, I'll see you with other videos. I'm definitely watching this topic. I am curious how many arrests will be made, if they'll ban Telegram, if somebody will think to do that in that country. And if people will start speaking up. I am definitely curious about that one. I think the nickel is going to fall eventually, that you know, if this crap is going on, we got to speak up as citizens. So I'm watching this topic. I will come back here with other videos, so I'm looking forward to that. Bye.